This is Radio Nepal. I'm Dela Prasai with the news, the headlines first. Department of Customs forms probe committee to investigate gold smuggling case. 7 individuals, including a Chinese national, arrested. Finance Ministry issues 81-point guideline for effective implementation of the budget. Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Narayan Kaji Shrestha says government is committed to take action against the violation of consumers' rights. And landslide kills at least 16 people and dozens go missing in western Indian state of Maharashtra. Now the news in detail. The Department of Customs has formed a probe committee to investigate the incident related to the smuggling of around 1 quintal of gold from Tribhuvan International Airport without checking. Information officer at the Department of Customs, Punya Bikram Khadka, said a 6-member probe committee has been formed under the coordination of the director at the investigation section of the Department of Customs, Man Bahadur Paudel. The investigation committee has been directed to submit its report within 5 days. The Department of Revenue Investigation seized around 100 kilograms of gold from Sinamangal. A Chinese national was arrested yesterday at Tribhuvan International Airport in connection with the gold scam. A total of 7 persons have been arrested in this connection so far. Superintendent of Police at Tribhuvan International Airport, Padam Bahadur Bista, said the Chinese national held yesterday was Jiung Lin. Lin was arrested while he was flying to China via Tibetan Airlines. Director General of the Department of Revenue Investigation, Avraj Tungana, said the seized yellow metal has been sent to Nepal Rashtra Bank through the Department of Customs for its safekeeping. The Ministry of Finance has issued an 81-point guideline to all the ministries, departments and line agencies for the effective implementation of the budget for the fiscal year 2023-24. The guideline focuses on maximum utilization of resources, becoming economical on expenses and ensuring effectiveness and efficiency. Likewise, the ministry has directed all agencies to maintain fiscal discipline. The guideline has ordered the officials and stakeholders to complete the preparatory jobs for the implementation of the annual plans and programs. Furthermore, the ministry has asked the government institutions to formulate new procedures, directives and standards within a month if they were to seek approval from the ministry. The guidelines insist on the development of culture holding project chiefs and construction companies responsible for timely and quality delivery. 35 central members of the Nepali Congress have put forth their views during the Central Working Committee meeting yesterday. The central members urged to the party leadership to end inter-party fractions and individual-centric thoughts. They demanded the party issue its official stance on pressing issues, including naming of Koshi province, government formation, fake Bhutanese refugee scam and corruption. They also stressed the need for reaching out to people with univocal views of the party on national issues and agenda. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachanda is leaving for Italy tomorrow to attend the United Nations Food Systems Summit Plus 2 stock-taking moment. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs said the event is to be held in Rome of Italy from 24th to 26th of July this year. The Prime Minister is scheduled to address the official opening session of UNFSS Plus 2 on Monday, the 24th of July, in the capacity of the chair of LDC Group. Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Narayan Kaji Shrestha says the government is committed to taking action against the violation of consumers' rights and anomalies for the promotion of a healthy market. At a discussion program held at the Ministry of Home Affairs, Deputy Prime Minister Shrestha said the market monitoring would be made more effective in a consultation with the stakeholders, stating that proper monitoring is required in irregularities in industries and trade. The Home Minister assured that problems facing entrepreneurs would be resolved. Minister for Health and Population Mohan Bahadur Bosnet has pointed out the need for increased use of information technology to make health services accessible to all, addressing a program through a video message from London yesterday on the occasion of National Digital Health Day. Minister Bosnet said it is a time to be involved, being devoted to taking all to access health services by using information technology. The program was jointly organized by the Ministry and World Health Organization. This year, the Health Ministry observed the day under the theme Digitalization for Universal Access in Health. Minister for Federal Affairs and General Administration, Amanlal Modi, has directed the employees to provide services to service recipients without any discrimination. In course of carrying out a surprise inspection of the Department of National Personal Records yesterday, Minister Modi mentioned that action would be taken against those employees discriminating while providing services. Ambassador of Qatar to Nepal, Yusuf bin Mohammed Al Hel, has paid a farewell call on Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachanda yesterday. According to the Prime Minister's Secretariat, during the meeting held at the official residence of the Prime Minister in Balwatar yesterday, they discussed the issues of bilateral interest and welfare. Similarly, matters related to bilateral relations and mutual welfare were also discussed on the occasion. The Qatar's ambassador returned home yesterday evening after completing his 7 years term in Nepal. Nepal Rashtra Bank Governor Mahaprasad Adhikari yesterday said the monetary policy for the fiscal year 2023-24 would be issued in line with the budget policy. He added that preparations were underway to bring the monetary policy the next week. In a meeting of the Finance Committee under the Federal Parliament's House of Representatives yesterday, Governor Adhikari said the monetary policy would focus on achieving economic growth as per the budget target, controlling inflation and managing the external sector. The Governor of the Central Bank said some problems like inflation, deficit reserve fund and sluggish credit expansion still persist despite some positive economic indicators. You're listening to Radio Nepal 8 AM English News Bulletin. We continue with international updates now. A landslide triggered by heavy rains in India's western Maharashtra state has killed at least 16 people, with many others feared trapped under the piles of debris, officials say. Rescue teams on Thursday were battling lashing in the rain remote, hilly and forested Raigad district, with people scrambling at mounds of earth and rubble. The Al Jazeera quoted state's Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis tweeted that the landslide occurred in Ishalwadi, a mountain village in Raigad, late on Wednesday night. He added that harsh weather conditions have hampered rescue efforts and authorities have sent in medical teams to help the injured. Meanwhile, a video showing 2 women being paraded by a mob in the northeastern state of Manipur hit by violent ethnic clashes has sparked outrage in India. Police say they have opened a case of gang rape and arrested a man, adding that others will be held soon. On Thursday, Parliament session in Delhi was disrupted as lawmakers demanded a debate on this issue. The U.S. has confirmed, that Ukraine is using U.S. cluster bombs against Russian forces in the country. According to BBC, National Security spokesperson John Kirby said initial feedback suggested they were being used effectively in Russian defensive positions and operations. Cluster bombs scatter multiple bomb blades and are banned by more than 100 states due to their threat to civilians. The U.S. agreed to supply them to boost Ukrainian ammunition supplies. Meanwhile, the European Union is drawing up plans for a €20 billion fund to provide Ukraine with weapons, ammunition and military aid as it fights Russia's invasion, officials have said. Joseph Borrell, the bloc's foreign policy chief, outlined the 4-year proposal to EU foreign ministers meeting in Brussels on Thursday. Following the meeting, Borrell said the EU would transform existing support into a long-term commitment to Ukraine's security and resilience. Now the general weather forecast for the country for today. Forecasting division says the weather is likely to be partly to generally cloudy throughout the country. Light to moderate rain with thunder and lightning is likely to occur at a few places of the hilly regions of the country and at 1 or 2 places of the rest of the country. Kathmandu's weather report now, maximum temperature of 32.3 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 21.3 degrees Celsius. With this news, we have come to the end of this bulletin. But before we wrap up the headlines once again. Department of Customs forms probe committee to investigate gold smuggling case. 7 individuals, including a Chinese national, arrested. Finance Ministry issues 81-point guideline for effective implementation of the budget. Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Narayan Shrestha says the government committed to take action against the violation of consumers' rights. And landslide kills at least 16 people and dozens go missing in western Indian state of Maharashtra. Well, that's all that we have for this edition. Our next English news edition is at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website www.radionepal.gov.np for more news and online programs. Stay tuned, stay safe, and have a good day.